Welcome to the Lighthouse Show. I'm so glad you have joined us this week. As you can see, we have a special episode for you today and probably for the next few weeks. We are actually filming from the Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas. We are on vacation. I am Toya Brewster, and this is
Tiffany Parham.
Yep.
Foster.
Very good friend, almost like a sister. We have been together since the second grade. So we have been together a very long time. And so we are out here just having a little bit of breakfast. And we thought we would just have girl talk, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
This is like what we do, y'all. We just bring y'all into what we do every day. Anyway, she lives in the Chicago area. I'm in the Atlanta, Georgia area. So our girl talk normally happens over the phone. But today, we can have this conversation with all of you right here with our breakfast.
Together.
Right. So how is your trip going?
You know, it's going good. Typically, my trips I'm using more for relaxation nowadays, as opposed to like, man, what we doing next?
Yes.
Now it's more so we're relaxing, taking it day by day. It's not like a horse race. It's more of a stride.
That is so good. Not a horseshoe race, but a stride. Because I think when we started kind of, like you said, vacationing, we would be like, having an itinerary and trying to plan every minute, and then you need a vacation from your vacation because that is tiring, right?
Oh my gosh. I mean, a vacation from the vacation from the vacation.
Okay.
It gets kind of hectic.
That is so tiring. But now you're more, and I think I'm the same way, where you're like, just go with the flow. It's just a vibe. We'll catch some shows. If we catch some shows, we'll take our naps. We do what we want to do. Like, it's no like set schedule or anything like that.
No, not a set schedule at all.
So we take our vacations, right? Because y'all, life can be hard, right? It's a lot going on, like working and husbands and children and just all the responsibilities that we have. We make the time to go on vacation, and not just one a year. I mean, I know everyone cannot go on vacation and everybody can't go on multiple vacations, but I feel like it's well deserved for those of us who are working so hard and taking care of families and doing everything. It gives you something to look forward to.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with you more. I feel like when I take my yearly vacations with you, I feel like I'm always going through something in my life. Right in the height of my stress levels peaking, I feel like, we're on a vacation next week. Good.
Yes, it helps lower the stress levels be in February of 2023, the beginning of the year, and say, okay, we just gonna go on this vacation. We're gonna be in this beautiful ocean here. We're gonna go to some islands. We're gonna go to dinner. We're gonna laugh, have fun, let people clean up behind us, and
the best part.
We're going to do that for a week, and then we're going to go back and be rejuvenated and refreshed. And I suggest even going without the kids, because we do that a lot, because you need a break, and you need to be a better you, right? And if you're happy, the kids will be happy. But if you're miserable and you're impatient and you're yelling all the time, that is not even good for the kids. So I think going on vacation without the kids is a good thing to do. You don't have to always bring the kids with you.
No, you're right. Just a break. Sometimes you just need that time.
Yeah.
Just to yourself. Even if you go with your spouse or extended family, you still make a little cookie corner for yourself and just say, hey, I need this. I need this break. I need this time for myself. And I think, people who are in relationships or a marriage, sometimes don't get that time to themselves when they're home.
Yeah.
They just don't, because they're, worried about the home, worried about the kids, making sure hubby's okay, making sure your partner's good. But then you're like, man, by the time you sit down, you're like, man, I haven't even had 5 minutes for myself.
Oh, listen. Let's talk about friendship for a little while, because like I said, we have been together since second grade.
Yes.
You will not be able to keep a friend that long, okay, without going through some changes, yes. Without patience, without having moments where you're mad at each other. What it is choosing to continue down the path, choosing to remain friends no matter what. But because if you're with someone that long and you've not had a tiff or anything happen, I don't know if that person is being real with you. You know what I'm saying? But for us to stay together that long, we've had to see the worst of each other at times. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I do. I get that. And I agree. Friendships are kind of like relationships. Nothing is perfect. You have to work at it. You have to want to be around that person. You have to want to have them in your life. You're going to go through things, especially when you've been with a friend throughout most of your life, which I have with Toya. There's times where I'm sure she probably looked at me like, oh my gosh. Like, oh my God. I mean, we had this, look, even on this trip, I was like, my arms. And she was like, oh my God, if you talk about your arms, I mean, this is a great idea. At the end of the conversation, I said, well, we'll just respectfully agree to disagree.
There you go.
I mean, these are just things that make a imperfect friendship perfect, actually. Yeah. And, you know, you have to work at it. You have to hear the other person out, understand them, understand their needs as a friend. I mean, you have things, just like you need things from your partner, your husband, you need things out of a friendship. Yes. Encouragement, love, patience, understanding.
Understanding is so big. I'm sorry. I had to... Go ahead. It's understanding.
Oh my God, because you meet people and you guys are maybe of the same walks of life and you may be of total different walks of life. And that's where that understanding comes in. And when you sit there and you have someone, I mean, it's been times I've called T and just was like, pray for me today. Today is a struggle. Pray for your girl. She don't ask me what she praying for. She don't care. I could be praying to find a dollar bill on the sidewalk. She gonna pray and make sure. She gonna pray and stick.
Yes. And it's been the same on this side. Will pray for you, is never jealous or upset of anything you got going on. I'm the type of person, I've done 1,000,001 things as far as like businesses, projects. I'm that person. I'm that person that is like, I'm doing like 5 projects every year. I'm doing this and that. And she never is like rolls her eyes and is like, no. Again, you know, it's always supportive. Like, oh, okay, I think that'll be a good idea. Always supportive. Never tries to like cap my dream or never tries to cut me off and say, okay, you doing too much. You should just do this one thing. It's always supportive of whatever dream that I have, which I have many dreams.
That's okay. That's okay though. We're gonna help her achieve all of those many dreams. Okay. I mean, that's the part of understanding who your friend is. Yes. You know, she does not have an idle mind. Her mind is always working. And with that, she has these ideas, and I mean, and they're really great ideas. And my job as her friend is to push her to make sure these ideas come to life. Right.
Look, by being on this show, the Lighthouse Show. Thank you.
I think I believe in her dreams just as much as she does, because any idea that she comes up with, whether it's, hey, can you look over this, or can you look at this? What do you think of this? I'm like, man, that sounds dope, or this is great. Then, you know, we circle back to, man, did we pray about this first?
Yes, come on.
Did we ask God about it? Did we take it to Him first?
Yeah. That's what I told y'all. Y'all been watching this show. I told y'all about the godly counsel, and that you have to watch who you're talking to, and if that person is not a godly person, is not giving you godly counsel, you should not be talking to that person about what you have going on, whether it's in your head or in your life.
Yeah, no, totally agree. We had different paths, and that's okay.
Yes. What I want to say about you just said different paths is is appreciating the path that your friend is on, that path does not need to be the same path. By no means. It does not. Your friend can have her path and you can have your path. You do not have to be on the same path, and there shouldn't be any jealousy about the path that they're on. For instance, this woman here last year, can I just say, do you mind?
No, I don't mind.
In 1 year, okay, new job, new car, new house, and then this year I think that job has given you a promotion.
Yes.
So I was just like, you had a grand year, and that's what I'm telling you. Like, your year is awesome, and so as a friend, it's not my place to be resentful or jealous of the year that she's having. It's to be happy and supportive, and like, I feel like her win is my win. You know what I mean? Like, her win is my win. Her win isn't a, well, what about me? No, her win is her win, and her win is my win, and I'm so elated about the year that she's having, and I pray that you have an equally as fabulous year this year.
I hope so too. I think I'm thinking setting up for that way.
Okay, that's good.
I wavered about it a little bit.
Why did you waver about it?
Well, your heart say one thing, but God got the final word.
That's true.
And so I had to pray about it. I prayed with you about it.
Yes.
And I'm just like, if this is for me, if this is your will,
yes, Lord,
let it be.
There you go.
If it's not for me, then I understand. It's just not for me.
Come on.
And I don't take that as a negative. I don't take no's as a negative. I just feel like that it's not my time.
What's for you is for you.
Yes.
I think that's the main thing. Is what's for you is for you, and what is important that you said is, Lord, let your will be done.
Yes.
You want what God wants for you, because anything else ain't gonna work out. No way. So you want what God's will is. That's what you want for your life.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just, like in previous situations or years, I would wonder, like, man, I wish, I wish I could have got that job. I mean, it was pretty much like, God, like, no, be patient. I got
be patient. And sometimes it's not no, it's just not right now.
It's just not right.
Because let me tell you the story I had, with me purchasing my home. Right. And, I had started trying to purchase a home in my early 20s. And every time if something would happen, a deal would fall through, things that happen would literally happen to no one else buying a house who would happen to me. Like a law would change. Oh, no. It was always something crazy, So we finally, I think in 2017, bought our first home in Georgia. And even that process was crazy. And I was like, here we go again with this not being able to get the home, because there's something going on, something crazy. I will always fall in love with a house and something would happen with the deal. And then the realtor would be like, okay, so let's look at other houses. And I'm like, nope, I'm done. I always do that every time. But in 2017, we bought this home, and this was actually the home God wanted me to have. I mean, it was even so much so we looked at the home. We weren't really ready yet. We were just like looking at an open house. Right. And so we went to the open house, and how you fill your name out. And so this house was so awesome that when we left, we saw 5 other cars pulling up to the open house. So we were like, okay, well, somebody will probably put a contract on that one today because it's nice. But we just went just to be, when you're looking for a house, you're just looking. So the realtor called me a few days later and asked me if I wanted to put a contract on the house. And I'm like, I'm sure you have contracts, the people who want this home. But what it was the sellers, they were buying the house in another state, and they needed about a month after closing to go to this other house. But everyone else who wanted to put a contract on the house wanted the sellers to pay rent. Right. And so they were like, would you charge the sellers rent? I was like, no, I'm not in a rush to move. They can actually stay there for a month for free. Because I said that, they asked me to put a contract on a home. I did, and they accepted my contract. So not only did I not, they called me to put a contract on a home where there was 5 other families. They called me to put it on. I put it on, and all was because I gave them the grace. Fast forward to closing, we closed, And the seller handed me the keys and said, here you go. I was like, well, I thought you needed a month. And they're like, turns out we don't. We don't need the month. Something happened and we can go right now. So here's the key. So the grace that I offered them in the beginning, I mean, it was almost like a test from God, because they didn't even ended up needing the time. Just being nice and being like, hey, you know, don't worry about it. Just giving people, you know what I mean, a little bit of leeway is how we got the house. Yeah. And it was for us. The other homes, it was not a no. It was just not right now. God was like, this isn't the house. This isn't the time. I'm so glad that we didn't get those other houses, right, and that we got what we have, because we love.
You love your house.
We love the house that we have.
You do love your house.
Yes.
I actually love your house too. When I come up, be like, I actually love your home.
Yeah. Going back to friendship, so we've been together for a long time. We've seen each other at our worst and at our best. We went through various many seasons and different levels of, I think, friendship and things of that nature. But we always have come back together, supported each other, pray for each other, you know what I mean, and just really just be there for each other. So when you think about friendship, if that friendship is more of a drain, and it's not, you know what I mean, it's not feeding you in any kind of way, and it should be a back and forth. Your friend should be able to count on you for support, and you should be able to also count on them. It shouldn't be a one-way, you know what I mean, street.
Yeah, just like a relationship. You know, you have to, you know, it needs to be purposeful, right, on both ends, and you know, sometimes just in relationship, you know, she may need me a little bit more than I need her, or vice versa. I understand that. That's life. But when you find yourself always on the providing end, and I don't mean providing like, oh, I'll pay for, no, not that, but just emotionally, spiritually. Yes, that's what we mean. Yes. Yeah. So when you're just always, you're not being fed, you know, through the friendship, and it's always like someone that could, you know, that's draining. That's emotionally taxing, and everyone has their seasons where, you know, they have seasons where they go through where they're just like, for the past couple of years, I'm going through something. And you know, I'm sorry that I'm being this friend where I'm leaning on you a little bit, but this is just not my normal. I'm just going through something. That's different. That's different, know? But if through the whole friendship that you're just carrying the friendship, you know, you may want to sit and pray about it and just really see if this is like a situation that you should be in, because people's energies, they you know, their negativity can have an effect on you. Yes. I know when my friend is sad, I find myself getting sad because I'm emotionally attached to my friend. So if she's sad, I'm naturally like, oh no, what's going on? And you know, that may stick with me, but you know, and that's just compassion as a friend, right? Yeah. So if you have someone with, you know, that's always negative and always bad energy, that may attach to you as well. And friendships shouldn't be that way. Yes. It really shouldn't be. I mean, we all go through our bad times. I've certainly cried on her shoulder many of nights. And, you know, for support and prayer and guidance. And she has been, like, truly God sent for me, because it is times where I just, situations I'm like, I don't know if I'm making it out of this tea. And she'll be like, oh, you're gonna be fine. Okay. I'm like, I don't see it. She's like, oh, no. Right.
Okay. And the same for her, like, I always tell people, like, she will give you the shirt off her back, and you can be anywhere. You could be in a desert and be stranded and stuff. She will come for you. I will come get you. I will be there. I will catch you the next flight.
They'd be like, no. I'd be like, I will be there.
I am on my way.
It's true. I realize that I'm a natural giver. Yes. I just always been marked up that way, so to speak, I guess. I just have a naturally giving spirit. Yes. You know. Yes. you know, I realize as I get older, I have to be careful with that, though.
You do.
Some people can't handle that giving love that I have.
Or take advantage of it. Sometimes that can happen.
Take every inch.
Yeah.
Draining.
You have to be very careful.
And you have to be very careful. You have to know your boundaries. You have to create boundaries. Just like you do, you know, at work, at home, you just have to create friendship boundaries as well.
That's right.
I'm learning that as I get older. You know, I've never felt like that with Toya, but I mean, I have had friendships where I felt very emotionally drained. I have. And not to say that they're a bad person. They have a lovely heart. They have a big heart, but you know, because I have such a giving spirit, and I don't mean financially, but just I always want to be there to help out in any type of way. I just feel like sometimes, you know, like when you're upset or when they're upset, I'm taking that upset as well. Yeah. And I'm just like, man, wait a minute. It's not my battle.
Okay, because some things, some things you time to turn to Jesus about. Okay, like let's
pause. Hold on now. And so you just have to choose really wisely. Right?
Yeah.
You know, purposefully.
There you go.
You have to choose with a purpose.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Can we please talk about when you have a close friend, like the friendships that we have, as close as our friendship is, when you meet your mate, your spouse. I've seen that be difficult for friendships when a man comes into play, when your husband, your future husband, or the man that you fall in love with comes into play, and you have a very close friend or friendship the way we have. I've seen that be a problem. I've seen friendships split up because of that. And so I would like to say, for somebody out there who's focused on that, is have some understanding and give that person time and grace to get to build that budding new love and relationship. They falling in love with someone, they don't have as much time for you. Y'all not talking on the phone as much. Y'all are not going hanging out as much with, you know, she's not hanging out as much as with you because she wants to be with this new man, and your response is, ever since they got that man, you can't call nobody. And what it should be is just an appreciation for love, for you, for being happy with this new person, and not that, you know, it might not be that you're jealous, but you're jealous of the time that's being taken away from the friendship, and just being like, it's okay, like spend that time and hang out. And you're in love, and you'll come up for air soon enough. You know what I'm saying? And then if your friend gets married and you're not, and you're single, it's okay to let them be in that marriage. Yeah. Let them be in that relationship when she has figured that out, because sometimes it's hard to figure out being a wife and a mother, and you may pull away from friends for a little while, but being friends for this long is understanding that has to happen, and just being there when they come back. You know what I mean? It's not, you don't have to, it's like a breakup. Like they can have a family and have a friend. It's just giving them time to figure out that timing and all those new responsibilities that they have, and they will come back. They have not forgotten about you. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with that. You know, they just have to find balance.
Yes.
And what their new life is like.
Yes.
Fortunately for us, we didn't have that.
We did not have. I've seen. The reason I talk about it because I've seen it happen to so many people where they were the mad ones because the friend, or because the friend got married or found a new man, or it's the friend who found a new man who's like, the other one's tripping because I got a man. You know what I mean? So we didn't have that issue. We did not. We were good with like, all right, you got a new, you know, we're back when we were kids. Oh, you got a boyfriend? Okay, cool. Yeah. You know, they want to spend their time. Okay, cool. I'm going in.
We never even had that even in our marriages. Well.
No, we never. We always embraced each other's spouses. Yeah, we always we're like, okay, bring them along. Like we go on trips together. We hang out together. We didn't. We always embraced the spouses. Like it was never.
And they end up
there's not a we're not competing. Your friend should not be competing with your spouse. Like
your
spouse is your spouse. He should come first. Your friend should understand that.
Yes.
Right? And we've always understood because we'll be on the phone together and your husband will call and my husband's like, girl, I gotta go, my husband calling. She's like, okay, back. Look, go, okay, go back. You know, and not like, oh, no, it's okay, go back, girl. Your husband calling, back.
We'll talk tomorrow. She's like, okay, talk about. And then, don't let me forgot to say so, we'll text. So I meant to say, like, we'll circle back to this tomorrow.
Exactly.
Like, okay, good night, bye.
Right. I mean, you have to, accept your friend's new life.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
I do. It's odd that you say accept your friend's new life. Let's focus on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why though.
Okay.
Toya and I stay in 2 different states and have lived in 2 different states since in the past 10, 12 years?
About 12 years.
12 years.
Uh-huh.
I see her more.
That says a lot.
I see her more now that she's out of state. Well, the reason is because we travel together.
Right.
We didn't travel together before.
Right.
So we traveled together.
Right.
We used to do really big family trips.
Yes.
And then everybody tapered off.
Yeah. Kids grow up. It's cool.
Yeah.
We like them being grown up.
Yes. So I see her more now. Like in the past year, I've seen her the most though because she has to come to the Chicagoland area a few times last year. But I relished it. I hate that I relished it. But I was like, yes.
I think too, being apart, you make more of an effort to say, hey, when you coming down?
Yeah.
And let's, make sure we plan to spend a day or 2 together, that type of thing.
Yes, and we do. I spend more time with her now. Yeah, because I just seen you, a couple months ago?
Was it? Oh, when did I come?
Had to be after September.
October. Maybe it's October. I can't remember. That's a shame.
But so now we're here in
February, yes.
Which is our normal trip time.
Yes.
Last year, February.
In February, we were on a trip together, so it worked out.
So,
yeah. But so this has been so much fun. We are so glad that you guys had breakfast or brunch, whatever time it is for you, with us in our girl time and our girl chat. We will be coming to you with more shows, I think, from Royal Caribbean. But we are going to enjoy our vacation, and you guys enjoy your day. All right. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.